Yeah, we are Job Roggeveen and Joris Oprins from studio Job, Joris and Marieke. We make short animated films, also music videos, and we do a lot of commissioned work. But lately we've been working on independent films since our film A Single Life was nominated for an Oscar, which was a really strange experience. But it helped us straighten out our path, I think, in our work.
Yeah, we started with really making short films with actors in the beginning, and that didn't really work out the way we wanted. It didn't really look or moved like we wanted them to look or move. So that's when we decided to go for animation, because we can really dictate everything and be some sort of rulers in our own universe. That's what we've been doing ever since. We started our studio officially in 2007, and we're only with 3 people, so it's not like a huge studio, it's just 3 people. Job does, next to designer and art director, he's also a composer, so he does music and sound effects. And the basic concept and the basic design, that's always something we do with the 3 of us. That's like a rule, we always do it like that. But then when we go into production, Job doesn't animate, so that's something Marieke and I do. I make more of the directing decisions at that point, and Marieke does more of the writing, and Job does more of the art direction. So that's how we decided roughly. But if a decision is very, very important, it's always a decision by the 3 of us.
That's what I'm saying. I'll go ahead and try.
One big advantage is that we've been working together for a long time. We also have been we studied together, and we're also friends. And Marieke is my girlfriend, so we really have some sort of the same background for all these years, and we've watched the same films, and we work together so long that it's pretty hard for somebody else to join in, because we know with a half a word we know what we mean, and that's something that's pretty hard for other people to join in. But it's a process we're in right now, because we're trying to make we are going to make a 25 minutes short film this year, and next year we hope to start with a feature-length film. Obviously, then we need a bigger team, but that's something that we are slowly evolving in accepting other people to do stuff we prefer to do ourselves. We've made Mute with hardly any funding, so we paid for it ourselves, and we did a lot of music videos which were small budget and a lot of freedom, so we consider those also independent work. And A Single Life, although they were sponsored by the Dutch Film Fund.
And some other funds.
And some other funds, yeah.
They work together, actually, and also with a broadcast network. So, yeah.
But if you compare it with the United States, we don't really have major animation studios here that can pay for their. It's always in some way it's always together with a fund in Europe, I think.
Yeah, I think Joris is coming up with a lot of great ideas. Just a starting point, for instance, with Mute, he cut his toe and then it looked like a mouth, and we all thought, okay, maybe we can turn it into a film. But I think the 3 of us have like when there's an idea, the 3 of us recognize it when it could be a really good idea for a film, and we love to have a twisted idea for a start and then give it a look how far we can take it.
I think a big advantage of our visual style is that even though the ideas are pretty weird, the designs aren't that extremely weird or difficult, quite accessible. Yeah. I think that combination of a quite accessible design but pretty weird ideas, that's something we really like. And also with commissioned work, for instance, we made a short film for the Grand Départ of the Tour de France, because it started in our own city, Utrecht. And they asked us to pitch for a short film to present the city of Utrecht to the rest of the world as a bicycle city. And we came up even there with a pretty weird idea, which wasn't your typical tourist information film. But even for commissioned work, those ideas work really well. But I think the advantage we had there is that it wasn't commercial, a TV commercial length. So we could make a 2 minute, I don't know, 2 minutes? 3 minute short film. And that's the kind of commissioned work we really hope to do the most. So if it's only 20 seconds, it's harder to get really a feeling or a story across.
I also think that what I like, for instance, about A Single Life or film is that it has a mixture of emotions, so you feel different things at the same time. So people have to laugh, but they also are reminded of how short life can be. And it's also a little bit awkward and it's funny. So that if it's just funny, it's maybe a little bit too shallow for us. Otto is about an imaginary friend of a little girl gets stolen by someone who can't get any children. How we came up with the idea was Joris and Marieke have a daughter, a 5-year-old daughter, and she had an imaginary duck. And she was at a party and everyone was playing with the duck. And then at some point she offered it to her grandma, but it was a little bit loud, all the sounds. And the word duck and egg is in Dutch almost the same. So she thought it was egg and she ate it. And so the little girl was really in tears because of her duck which was eaten. So there the idea arose of some illusion that can exchange. So.